What's up, party people? It's Crypto Kite with your crypto 2-minute ticker. Markets ended last week on a cautious note as Trump escalated trade tensions, announcing new tariffs, 35% on Canadian imports, and hinting at 15 to 20% on others, including Europe. U.S. equities fell Friday. S&P was down 0.33%, NASDAQ down 0.22%, and Dow ended at around 0.63%. While Europe's Stock 600 posted its largest drop in 3 months, down 1% amid tariff fears. Bank stocks led declines as growth worries resurfaced. Over in Asia, sentiment was mixed. Japan's market near record highs. Chinese stocks held steady, but volatility crept back as tariff risks dominate headlines. Oil's dipped below $69 per barrel, reflecting global growth concerns. Gold remains near record highs, supporting by safe haven demand. And U.S. 10-year yields rose to 4.7%, reflecting inflation worries and rising fiscal strains. Over in the crypto markets, crypto remains near all-time highs. Despite global jitters, Bitcoin topped $118,000 on Friday and holds around $117,000 today, up 25% year-to-date, driven by relentless institutional inflows. Ethereum trades around $2,950 after briefly reclaiming $3,000. Other macroeconomic drivers, the tariff escalation is front and center, with new U.S. duties potentially hitting Europe and key Asia exporters. Businesses globally are reassessing supply chains and pricing strategies. U.S. inflation rose 0.3% last month, its fastest pace in 5 months, reigniting concerns that the Fed won't cut rates in July. So if they don't cut rates in July, then the next hearing will be over in September. Jerome Powell signaled rate cuts remain possible later this year, maybe September, but only if inflation and labor market conditions soften. Geopolitical concerns, Ukraine, Middle East tensions, and looming U.S.-EU tariff retaliation are adding caution into the markets. Overnight, trade negotiations remain unresolved. Reports suggest an internal debate in Washington over Fed independence are coming up, with some pushing for quicker rate cuts while Powell holds firm. Again, Crypto Week begins tomorrow on Monday, where major bills on stable coins and crypto market structure could define the next phase for the industry. President Trump backs a clearer framework and touts himself as the crypto president, adding a political tailwind. No major economic data today, but traders await U.S. CPI data coming up next week on Tuesday, and ECB discussions also start midweek. NFT market volumes ticked up even as users dipped down. SEC commissioners set to meet crypto leaders privately early next week and possibly softening the regulatory stance. Crypto institutional flows were a big reason why you saw markets go up. Bitcoin ETFs saw $2.7 billion in inflows this week, a key driver to Bitcoin support above $110,000. ETF issuers are preparing for new filings. Many expect more crypto ETF approvals this year. Wall Street is converging with crypto. You see successful IPOs, banks expanding custody services, hedge funds launching crypto divisions, and rumors of IPOs from Kraken, Gemini, Ripple, and Consensus are all coming down the pipeline. Even politics is blending in. Trump's media company has filed for a crypto blue ETF, further embedding crypto into mainstream finance. So the bottom line, markets globally are balancing optimism around tech, earnings, crypto adoption with heightened tariff risks, inflation pressures, and geopolitical tensions. Crypto markets do remain strong, though, near all-time highs, led by institutional buying, ETF inflows, and anticipation of pivotal Crypto Week in Washington. For traders and investors alike, stay sharp. Macro, policy, and regulation will dictate the next big moves across both traditional and digital markets coming up this week. That's your Crypto 2-minute ticker. Hit subscribe to stay on top and be ready for that next drop.